seem to stop time. You make me feel like I'm walking on cloud number 9. You make the raindrops.
Welcome to In My Shoes, and I'm Rhonda.
And I am Susan, and we're just having way too much fun in the studio today. Y'all should be witnessing the behind the scenes here today.
Don't you just love that opening song, though?
I do. It's a little toe tapping, little.
A lot of people might not know that's you singing.
Actually, it is. It's a little toe tapper called Cloud 9, and it sounds kind of like. Oh, funny story. When I was recording that, I was in Nashville, and I was like, "Man, that sounds just like Asleep at the Wheel." And the fiddle player that does that whole intro that you hear, that's Larry Franklin from Asleep at the Wheel. And I was like, oh, well, that explains it. So if you want to hear a little bit of that Cloud 9, that's actually my little Asleep at the Wheel rendition.
So, with all this information, now let's talk about our guest.
Okay, we are bringing back to the show today an illusionist and a magician that we had on earlier that we wanted to continue his story. So let's welcome back to the show, Michael Keating.
Well,
Hey,
thank you
Michael.
for having me back.
Thank
Wow.
you for coming back.
And for anybody out there, if you haven't heard her music, go get one of her tapes. She's amazing.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.
No problem. Where were we?
So,
I'm lost.
With David Copperfield, and you injured your hand.
Yeah, I injured
So,
my hand.
Now, what in the world brought you to Sevierville, Tennessee?
Well, after my hand got recovered and stuff like that, my mom actually retired here, and along with my aunt and uncle. And I was doing a show in Chicago. I was doing a big show in Chicago, and I was on my way to Walt Disney World to do another show. And I stopped here to see my mom, and she wasn't as good as I thought she was going to be. So I canceled everything for the next year, and so I could take care of her, get the house back up to what I need to be. And 1 year turned into like 25 years. I've been here forever, and I was just going through this the other day. I've been in 16 different shows here.
Really?
Yeah.
Here in Pigeon Forge?
In Pigeon Forge. I've been in
Wow.
16 different shows. I've had my own show 4 times, and that we've won Best Show, and we've got Best New Show, and a bunch of awards along the way. So I've been very blessed, and I've done everything. I started off at comedy. Well, I started off in an ice show here. I was doing all the magic on the ice.
Where was that at?
That's where Little Dolly's Dresses is right now.
Okay.
Used to be a
Wow.
theater, and they used to have an ice show in there, and I performed big illusions on ice.
On
Wow,
ice.
I vaguely remember hearing that.
Magic Mike on ice.
Yeah, it's very strange.
I really cooled it off quick, right?
And then I went from there to the Comedy Barn and started talking like, hey, how y'all doing? And I had my duck quackers, and we'd go out there and we'd do some hillbilly stuff. And then
Wow.
I actually created the Black Bear Show, if anybody even remembers the Black Bear Show.
Yeah.
Jamboree?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did the nerd in there. I was doing that whole
that's
voice all the way through
Wow.
and created all that, put everything together, built all the sets and everything else for all that. Did the original Magic Beyond Belief show. That was all me with all the sets, and I played James Bond, Indiana Jones, and did all these different characters and stuff in the show. Really quickly, with the whole show, literally from beginning to end, we put it together in 2 weeks.
Wow.
And that to build the sets, I built on Illusion. Plus, I was
Wow.
also doing the Black Bear Show at the time. So, wow.
Wow.
Oh.
So you were just pursuing your dreams full, 110%.
Yeah, and then I've been lucky. I mean, I talk about this with people all the time. I've been very lucky because I get a chance to do in life what I love to do. And I literally go all over the world doing it.
Now, you've been doing a lot of traveling. Matter of fact, we were just talking earlier that, we saw each other last in Las Vegas.
Yeah.
So, and you've been in Los Angeles lately. So what?
I
what
go
are
to
you
Los
doing?
Angeles on Sunday again, and I'll be in Los Angeles for 2 weeks, and I come back again. I've been working on all kinds of different projects there. Some of them I can't say anything about because everything's under confidential writers now.
Yeah.
But we've actually been trying to sell two TV programs there that I can tell you basically what they're about. One's a kind of a magic camp type thing in which all the kids and stuff like that learn life lessons, but they also learn magic, and they kind of compete against each other in this theater camp. So we've been pushing that one. And then we've also been pushing basically like the same type of thing with a Harry Potter spin, in which there's this old mansion and stuff like that, and they go there and it's more of a Gothic type feel and more of a personal background stories of different people and the things, and it's quite complex and quite actually really, really interesting. There's a lot of interest. We'll see if any of it actually makes it to
That is
TV.
great. You talked about all the shows you've done here in this area, but I know that you've worldwide. You've done stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I'm just blown away with some of the people you've worked with. I know you was talking earlier, and Just name off a few for
Well,
me.
way back in the day when I was working with Copperfield, everybody came in, and so Michael Jackson was there all the time, and we actually got
Wow.
a chance to bond some, and I gave him some ideas for his show and stuff like that. So I kind of got in a little bit that way. When I left David, I started working with a lot of stars. I've worked with Hammer, I've worked with Beaver, I've worked with Missy Elliott, I've worked with.
Wait a minute, hold
Wait,
it.
Beaver
Well,
as in
Beaver
Justin?
as in Justin Beaver,
Yeah.
or Beaver as in the tree beaver?
Yes, and Justin Bieber.
Wow.
And that we did his never worked some magic on his Never Say Never tour.
Oh, wow.
On that. So yeah, so it's on video. You can actually see it on video. I've done the Grammy Awards, the MTV Music Awards, the Soul Train Awards, the you name it. Not last year, because last year was a little different, but the year before that, I was in. You were talking about countries. I was everywhere. I did all brand new effects for Ghosts the Musical in Brazil, this multi-million-dollar show, and we created really crazy, wild, neat effects. We have people levitating, a whole trainload of people levitating and up and down in slow motion, and magazines and stuff like that flying in slow motion and stuff like that. There's a
Wow.
thing where the bad ghost goes like this, and the Coca-Cola machine actually, the glass all shatters, but again, it does it all in slow motion. One piece at a
Wow.
time falls off. And on TV, that's easy to do, but in real life, in a real life show, not so much. And that we had people flying up the walls, and we had people getting sucked into hell that was really interesting, because we actually projected, you love this, we projected ghosts onto China cloth that was around what was on the thing, so you actually saw the ghosts take him, which was
Wow.
really a phenomenal effect. Really
That-
phenomenal effect.
Is that similar to the Ghost that was on Broadway and New York?
It's the same musical, but all new effects. And that
Oh,
we,
wow.
That is great.
Paul Kiev did the original one, and he had like a $3 million budget and had like 3 years to put together. I had significantly less money, but but they still spent a lot on it. But we really, literally had just about 2-3 months to put everything together, and that. But we had ghosts flying around the theater and all kinds of stuff. Really cool stuff. Then I worked on House of Magic for Franz Ferrari as kind of a creative consultant and an idea guy and stuff like that. So we did all that stuff, and I worked in Thailand. We did a show in Seoul, South Korea. I did, where else? I did China. I did Macau. I did just everywhere. I mean, I was just like everywhere that
Wow, he
year.
sounds like you.
I
Yeah.
know, that's awesome. You better support
Maybe
that
y'all
for-
should go in together and buy a jet,
Yeah.
Exactly.
and
Exactly.
and just anyhow.
We could do a little light magic.
I really love magic. I've my whole life, ever since I was little, I like tinkering with magic and stuff. Can you do a trick for me?
I can do a trick for you. I'll do a trick with you. How's that?
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, we're going to do a kind of a throwback. Now,
Okay.
when I came here the first time, I came prepared with a trick. I wasn't expecting you to ask me to do another one. So I thought, well, they're going to see this and say, okay, he's done. Get him out of here. So I was going to run back to my house and get something, and I thought, I'll just run to the hardware store. And so I ran to the hardware store and saw what all they had, and I ended up with some rope pieces. And we're going to do that, and I'm going to go back into a little bit of Comedy Barn mode, because I used to do this at the Comedy Barn for special appearances and stuff. So stand on up.
Okay.
Here we go. And I might even go into a twang. We'll see this. Check
Well, all
these out.
right, I can talk twang with you all day long because I'm from country.
Check them out. Pull them, yank them. Just don't chew on them. Make sure they're all real ropes.
Yeah,
Are they all real?
they're real as could be.
I can see you're excited about that.
I am.
We got one small rope. We've got one medium-sized rope. And we got one that's extra, extra long. Now, wouldn't it be amazing if I made them all the same size? Say yes.
Yes.
I can see you're excited.
Yeah.
No problem. Da 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 da. If you know the words, sing along. Da 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 da. The words are da da da. Da 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 da. They're all the same size.
Wait a minute, but there's stuff hanging down here.
See, nothing gets past you. Bright as a rock. Let me tell you. Here, tell you what. Blow on that for me.
Wait a minute.
Oh, wait. Man, oh, man. What did you have for lunch?
Gummy
Well,
worms?
Gummy worms. That would explain it. You know what you just did
What'd you
besides
do?
choke me?
What?
You melted my ropes. Watch. Just like that. Because now we got one, we got two, we got 3 ropes, all the same size. Now, how'd you do that?
I didn't do it. You did it.
Well, there you go. You shouldn't let me do things like that. Tell you what, do me one more time. Blow on that again. Oh, yuck. That's more like a spaghetti than a...
Well,
gummy work. Well, anyway, now we got one small rope, we got one medium-sized rope, and we do have one that is extra, extra long. Check it out again. Make sure there's no trapdoors, there's no elephants or chocolate centers.
no, I see no elephants. Those looks like the ropes we started with.
You can have those. There you go.
You're awesome.
Already
Let's see.
real ropes.
I can